Hey everybody.
Howdy,
What is going on? My name's Josh.
Howdy, I'm Sarah.
We are bored at home.
Oh, yeah.
And Sarah, what are we playing today?
Today we are playing... Nearly forgot the floor. Casting Shadows.
Casting Shadows.
It's our newest, our latest Kickstarter.
I had to think about it for a minute. I was like, is it the latest one?
Yeah.
I think it is. Yes,
Yeah.
It is.
Another one I think is arriving very soon, but probably
There's
always
always arriving soon. But yes,
but
if the art looks familiar to you, then you've probably played Here to Slay. This is the newest game from
Unstable Games.
From Unstable Games. There you go.
And you'll notice I have their t-shirts.
They also do t-shirts.
They do t-shirts and socks and teddies. I think we've got one of their teddies somewhere hidden in the pile of teddies. They do these cool, those reversible ones that have like a happy face and they turn them inside out and they have a...
I have no idea what you're talking about.
They're teddies.
A reversible teddy.
Yeah,
like you pull out its insides and then it's unhappy. Who would have thought?
It's like, what's it called? An octopus. And when you like turn it, it kind of goes... I mean, as it would do.
You did that too violently. Oh my gosh. Yeah. But anyway.
Yes, back to it.
So, this is Casting Shadows. Mm-hmm. Now, we have had a couple of run-throughs. We think we've got it down. It is a player versus player game.
It is.
For 2 to
6.
2 to 6.
Because we've got the expansion. They do a Ice Storm expansion, so we've got that as well. Hang on.
Oh, hang on. There it is. It comes with the Ice Storm expansion.
Yes, so it comes with some extra characters.
Yes.
Yes.
So, as you alluded to, this is competitive, so we are going to be playing for the Chalice of Champions. Yes, I do think last time we played this game, you smoked me, but that was just a warm-up game, so it does not matter. Characters are what we're doing now. Let's do it now. You know what I want.
I can't do a random.
What do you mean?
Because I need frill.
Because you want to be that. Okay. So how many characters are there left? I don't want to know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8. So a number between 1 and 8. Where's a D8 when you need one? Can I please have number 2?
Number 2. You have Tusk. It's so cute.
Holy moly! Now,
look
at the state of that dude.
But
now, here's the thing about these games, right?
Yeah.
When you, and we're going to get into how to play and how things happen, but when you achieve a certain amount of shards, what are the shards called?
Shadow fragments.
When you achieve a certain amount of shadow fragments, you are going to Optimus Prime it, and you are going to transform into like your Super Saiyan side. And in my case, that is me. Look at the state of him. Tusk the Tide Master. Awesome. Now, like,
one of my children noticed, apparently, there's a clam on his head, and then when he goes hardcore,
it's a pearl.
It opens.
Yeah. There you go. So that's me. I'm Tusk Swiftwave.
And what's your hardcore name?
My hardcore name is Tusk the Tide Master.
I'm Frill Lilypad. So adorable. And then Frill the Regenerator.
I mean, they're both pretty sweet.
I love them.
So, what we're going to do then is we might throw... So, each character that you pick has like a specific tile, a home that they do. So, what we might do, we're going to quickly set up the board, and then we're going to come back and we're going to go through it, break it all down, tell you how to play.
We're back.
Here's the board. All very colourful and hexagonal, looking quite spiffy, if I do say so myself. So, Sarah.
What are you looking at?
What am I looking at?
Right.
How dare you? Holy moly!
Totally messed with you. So, I'm actually going to have to get the instructions just to name these places.
Name the lands.
Yes.
Right.
So, we have the Dusty Desert Hex, which is here. This is where you can buy a counter spell. Make, create, I'll let you buy it, create.
Okay, you create a counter
Create
spell.
a counter spell.
Okay.
Then we have...
Guess what counter spells do? They counter the spells of your opponent.
Is it going to annoy you that it's on an angle, but I don't want to have to touch it to take it out to turn it?
No, that's fine.
Anyway. This is the Ancient Ruin Hex.
Okay.
That does...
So all of these hexes all do something.
Yes.
They all have their
own
individual...
When you start your turn on a hex, it will do something. So the Dusty Desert, if you are... It's not particular... That one doesn't do anything if you start your turn on, but you can buy counter spells. Yes. This one, you heal 2 if you start your turn on this square. Hex, not square. Then this...
Heal 2, gotcha. We really could do with some way of labelling...
I know, this is a big pain in the bum for this game. It's a great game, but having to keep referencing what they all do and remembering.
Oh, I've had a jolly old thought. You carry on,
all right.
And I'll be back in a moment.
This one here, this is, oh man, see, this is what I have to do every time. This is the Coral Ridge, and this is the hometown of Tusk. And if you start your turn on this hex, you may spend 1 additional action point this turn, but you may not re-roll the source dice. That's pretty awesome. I like that.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. What happens on my square?
If you start your turn on this square,
yes,
you get an additional turn.
An extra action?
Yep, but
nice.
You can't use it to roll the dice.
You can't roll the dice at all if you start there?
No, it just says you... Oh, yes. Yeah. You may not re-roll the resource dice this turn.
So +1 action, but no re-roll.
Yes.
Okay.
The Dusty Desert doesn't do anything.
No, that's counter spells.
So it's just counter spells. This place here is the... every time. This is the Floating Lake. And this is Frill's hometown.
Okay.
And... You get a +1 blue orb.
+1 blue orb.
Yeah, blue orb if you start here.
At the start of your turn.
At the start of... If you start your turn on this hex...
Get a blue orb.
You get a blue orb.
Nice, okay.
And you can add it to your resource pool. This one here is the Underground Volcano. And you get... if you start your turn on this hex, you get a Shadow Fragment.
+1 Shadow Fragment.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yep.
This one here is the Glimmering Woods.
Okay.
This is Iris's hometown, but we're not playing with Iris. And if you start your turn on this hex, you may move 1 enemy from an adjacent hex to your hex.
Okay.
That's pretty awesome.
From adjacent to current.
Yes. Then the Mushroom Bog is the last one.
Yes.
This, you have +1 damage dealt. So if
+1 damage dealt? Oh,
yeah.
Not dealt to you.
If you deal damage to an enemy while you are on this hex, increase that damage by 1.
Nice, okay.
That's pretty spiffy.
That is fairly spiffy.
Yes.
All right.
So there's all these hexes. So the way you set it out, these 3 are always there. And then you have your hometowns and then 2 randos. If you were playing with a bigger amount of people, I think it's like a 4 to 6 people, you play with a bigger map.
Oh, nice, okay.
Yes, because all these places are left.
Yeah, loads of hometowns.
There's even one
character.
for solo.
Nice. So, what else we got?
Also, just while I remember
yes.
this. So this is, you use dice to get resources. Comes with this awesome dice tower. We had a look at using this. We kind of had a fiddle around, and the camera could see it great, but then we couldn't, and we were constantly like moving it and stuff. So we're not going to be using it. But I wanted to mention it because it's awesome.
Yes.
So on your turn.
Okay, walk me through some actions. You got an action reference count?
I need the people.
And then before we do that, before we get into actions, I'm just going to finish what's on the board. We've got up here some companions. So there are 3 companions at the start of the game. When you transform from your pleb side to your super side, shadow side, you get a companion. So you pick one of those 3. They've all got their own individual little perks that they give you. And then it gets replaced, and then when the next person changes, they get one.
Yep.
Then you've got your main deck.
This is the main deck. So, if you were on the tile adjacent, like this one, you can buy one of these, make one of these.
Make one of these spells. Spells, you can have 5. You've got a spell book of 6. One of those slots is for a companion.
Yep.
The other 5 are for your spells. And they will come and go. There are powers that will change the spells that you have. You can discard them. But you can only have a maximum of 6 things in your spell book, with one of them being companion.
Is that you? Oh, look at you.
I am a little whale. Is that really me?
Yeah, look, it's got a big horn in its head.
Oh, yeah. Is there not a... oh, yeah, there's the tiny version of me there.
Tiny version.
Okay. Now, which one is +1 damage? This one. I'm just going to put this little piece of paper here to remind myself.
Yes, +1 damage.
This one here is move an enemy to adjacent to current.
Yes.
This one here is +1 blue orb.
No.
No.
Blue orb is...
You?
Yes.
Okay. +2 health.
I'm on the tile.
Well, I mean, I could, but I didn't want it to look spazzy for the people that are watching. You know, they don't want to like
I know,
see
but
my.
I think it was over there. We won't remember. Yep. Continue.
Where's +2 health?
+2 health in the middle.
I'm so sorry, everybody. +1 shadow fragment.
That one.
And 1 action, but no reroll.
You.
That's me. Okay. So. Yes, I apologise that my scruffy writing is
just put like 2
destroying
HP.
the tiles.
I wonder if...
What did I write? +2 health.
Yeah, if you just put...
HP. I mean, it's too late now. It's there.
It's too late.
Okay, so
yeah, so
those
it looks
are all
a
the
bit
actions.
messy, but it's a way of remembering, because it would be a pain having to reference. There's a lot going on in here. I'm trying to find which one.
That's our...
Right, you get 4 actions.
All right, here we go, peeps.
You
These
can...
are the reference card time.
Yes, it is.
Do it.
You can move, travel.
How many spaces?
Well, 4. Up to 4, because you've got 4 actions.
Oh, right. So travel is 1 square.
Yeah, move your character from your current hex to an adjacent hex.
Okay, sweet. Yep, got it.
You can collect, which is spend the required resources to move a spell, counter spell, whatever to your book.
So buying one of these spells.
Yeah, creating them. Yeah.
Yep.
You can refresh one of the spells, so you can bin it and get a new one put down.
Yep.
You can re-roll your resource dice. At the start of the turn, you will roll your resource dice.
Roll the dice, yep.
You can protect. Now, on the resource dice, there is, what are these called? Cursed crystals.
Bad symbols.
They're cursed crystals. And you can use your turn to get rid of one of them. They will, at the end of the turn, if you have any that you haven't got rid of, they do 1 damage to you.
Yeah.
And then the last thing is cast. You can, there's a spell in your spell book, you can cast it.
Yeah, you can.
On your enemy.
And we shall be.
Yes, right? I think it's...
Death to all axolotls is the call of the... Wait, what am I? Am I narwhal?
Yes. You're the unicorn of the sea.
I mean, we all know that the ancient enemy of the narwhal is the axolotl. We all know since time began.
My little axolotl. Now, an important question.
Yes.
Player 1 goes first.
I mean, that seems a bit garbage. We should have sorted that out a bit better.
I know.
Okay. I mean, we've already put your tile in the player 1 tile spot. Or did we?
What?
I think we put
Player
my tile in the player 1 spot.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So in the map, when you do the setup of the tiles, the 2 players, we've put... Hang on. Oh, we have put yours... Of course, we put yours in the player 1 spot.
Yes.
Right. So you're up, Sarah. You've got 4 actions. You don't start with any cards?
Don't start with any cards. You've got to create them.
Let's run through a turn.
Right.
Roll some dice.
Roll some dice.
Right.
This is what I have to play with.
Okay, so you've got 2 blue orbs, a red gem, a shadow fragment, and a purple orb. So what would you like to... Now, because you started your turn, do you also get an extra blue orb?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so 1 blue orb for starting on your square.
Right.
What have you got for us?
What do I have? What are you doing?
I'm trying to. Oh, look, you can see my hand on the thing. I was just trying to.
I was confused.
It's a bit glary on your tiles. You can't really see it.
Ah.
So I thought I might just try
adjusting the lights.
See if that works any better. No, it didn't work any better at all.
No.
That's all right. You crack on with your turn.
Just like that.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Right.
Everybody.
So I'm going to buy this one. I'm going to create my first turn.
How are you doing that?
Using my shadow fragment.
That's that one.
And an orb. I will use the
blue orb.
Purple orb.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I will.
That's action number 1. You've bought a spell, so you've got 3 actions left.
Then I will use this spell.
Okay.
To turn 2 orbs in my resource pool into a shadow fragment.
So you're going to turn 2 blue orbs.
Yeah.
Into a shadow fragment.
Put that one back.
Okay. But it's because you've spent that one, haven't you?
Yeah.
Now it's back. Gotcha. Yep. 2 left.
Did like that.
I mean, that's what you're talking about, boy.
I'm gonna move to here.
Yes, you got 1 left.
And then I'm going to buy this one.
What?
So I need to pay for this one.
So this is
called
it's
down the side. This is called Groundbreaker. I need to use a level 1 spell, so I'll use my orb absorption that I just bought.
Yes.
I'll put that away. I use my shadow fragment and a crystal, a gem, sorry,
Yep.
Any colour. Bish bash bosh, that's my 4 turns.
And you just got a level 3 attack spell.
And I just got a level 3
And
attack
what does
spell.
it do for the people?
So I can spend 2, it'll be up on the screen. I can spend 2 shadow fragments to deal 1 damage to an enemy in range. You can see the range on the card.
Yep.
And move a card in that enemy's spellbook to the discard pile.
I've just had flashbacks of you doing that in our last game, and that was the worst.
I know, I remember doing that and thought, do you know what? That's really good.
Now I start on full life, which is
full
18.
Full life and no shadow fragments.
No shadow fragments.
I had no frago
I had no fragos left.
So you get
plus 1 action, but no
all
rerolls.
your resources go at the end of your turn, unless you have shadow fragments. You keep them.
So I get 5 actions.
You get 5 actions this turn. I'll
Okay.
put my hands up.
So let's see, what do we got? An attacks. So I'm just going to go around the board and let everybody know what we've got right now. We've got a heat wave where I'm at right now. Spend 1 red gem to deal 3 damage to an enemy in range. Seems pretty good. Orbulence, turn 1 shadow fragment in your resource pool into 2 orbs. Electric Twister, spend a shadow fragment to deal 3 damage to an enemy in range and then stun them. Infernal Assault, spend 2 red gems to deal 8 damage to an enemy in range.
What's level 3?
Pretty awesome. And Venomous Strike, spend 1 blue orb to deal 3 damage to an enemy in range. This cannot be reduced. Okay. So ideally then what I need is a spell. Like that's where you want to start off. What have I got? I've got a red orb. I don't have a red gem, so I can't buy a heat wave.
Some of them you'll notice have grey, and that is any colour.
Any colour.
Other than that, it's red and blue.
Let's have a look. Shadow Fragment, 2 orbs. Can't buy that. Shadow Fragment, red orb. I can buy Electric Twister. Okay, so that's a thing I can do. So I'm going to move 2, which is 2 of my actions.
Yes.
My third action, I'm going to spend a Shadow Crystal and a red orb to buy Electric Twister.
I feel like it's a song.
Electric Twister.
Yeah.
I think you're thinking Electric Feel.
Maybe.
Phoenix
Flash just came out.
Phoenix Flash just came out. Spend up to 3 red gems to deal 3, 5, or 6 damage to an enemy in range. And then I've got 1 turn left. With that one turn, I am going to... I can't... Oh, I've got 2 turns left. Because I started at 5, don't I? Yes. Okay, 2 turns left. 2 gems and a shadow fragment. I mean...
Deep thought.
Oh, sorry, yes. It's not ideal.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to spend 1 to discard this and refresh it.
Interesting.
Okay, I've found Sapphire Synthesis. Turn a blue orb in your resource pool into a blue gem, or turn a blue gem into a blue orb.
Oh, I can't tell you already this one.
Then I'm going to... I've got 1 left. I'm going to move. No, I'm not.
We're thinking about where you want to start your turn.
I'm going to re-roll.
Not allowed to.
I'm not allowed to. Darn it. I know, I want to start here. That's why I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. Have I not got 1 turn left now?
No, you've got 2 because you moved to 2.
1, 2.
Oh, and you just used 1 to do that.
I discarded, yeah, and then discarded again from my last turn. And find Frozen Flock. Spend a shadow fragment to deal 3 damage to an enemy in range and freeze them. That's my 5. I get a shadow fragment.
Yes.
For
so you add that to your
I add that to my dial, so I've got 1 now. When you get 3 shadow fragments as a starting character, what's the term
original form
for your pleb form? You
can transform into your
3 to transform.
shadow form.
Yeah. Right, what do you got?
Matanon.
Oh. Wow. So you got 1, 2, 3 curses of
Which
red
you can't
orb
re-roll your curses.
and a shadow fragment. But hey, you start with a shadow fragment, so that's nice.
Yes, I do. Well. I'm going to move 1. My first turn.
Okay, yep, you've got 3 turns left.
I'm going to use the 2 shadow fragments.
Yes.
To deal 1 damage to you with my ground breaker.
Okay.
And get rid
How much damage, sir?
I do 1 damage to you, and I move your spell.
I hate the spell. It's just the worst.
To the discard pile.
Yeah.
And then how many turns do I have left? 2.
Yeah, you attacked me, and then you moved and then attacked.
And then I'll get rid of. I will protect myself for the last 2 spells.
Okay, so you get rid of 2 of your black crystals. So you've got 1 left.
Yeah.
So you take 1 damage.
1 damage. Ooh.
And the red orb that you had left over
does nothing.
Does nothing.
That's me.
Okay, so I'm going to start with the shadow fragment.
Yes, you are.
Which I'm just going to put on here for now.
Until you roll.
And then we're going to roll. Alright, here we go. Okay, we got 1 curse, 1 shadow fragment, 2 blue gems, and a purple gem.
And then you plus your shadow fragment.
Yeah, so I've got 2 shadow fragments. So, the first thing I'm going to do is protect to get rid of that for my first turn.
Oh, yeah.
Then I've got 3 turns left. I am going to... What can I buy? There's nothing around. There's like literally nothing on the board that I can buy. So I'm going to discard.
Yeah.
To replace with a shadow fragment. When do you pick this up?
You can use your turn to pick it up.
I'm going to use one of my turns to pick up this shadow fragment.
Okay.
So this is a resource card. So you can spend one of your actions just to collect it.
Yep.
Move this card from the discard to the discard pile and add a shadow fragment. Okay. And now we've got a blue gem, which is completely unhelpful to me.
You have 1 turn left.
I have 1 turn left. I can't... This is not helpful.
No, I mean, you got that.
Yeah, I mean, that is great.
For no
I'm going to discard that. Now I'm going to get Sinister Screech.
Ooh.
Spend a cursed crystal to deal 4 damage to an enemy in range. That's pretty cool. Okay, so that's my X amount of turns. So I got 3 shadow fragments.
Yes.
Is it an action to transform?
That is a question.
Because I now have the 3 shadow fragments that I need.
I don't think so. I think, oh no, it's at the end of your turn. So phase 3. So phase 1 is rolling the dice. Phase 2 is taking your turns.
Yes.
Phase 3, during phase 3, you may absorb any remaining shadow fragments.
Yes.
by moving the shadow tracker. If you've absorbed enough shadow energy, you can, from your base form, you immediately transform into your shadow form.
Okay.
See shadow form abilities.
Okay, so I've immediately transformed.
And then you take damage for each cursed crystal that you have. Then
and lose the rest.
Dice, and
okay.
remove all unspent things.
So,
what is your
I am now Tusk the Tide Master. And so each one has their own unique special ability.
Yes,
so mine is spend 5 shadow energy to collect a spell card from an adjacent hex tile without paying its collection cost or spending an action point. So I can just spend 5 shadow fragments to get a spell.
Nice.
As long as it's adjacent to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. If I stood in the middle, could get anything. So that's pretty cool. Now, I had 3 shadow fragments.
I don't know.
Does one roll over?
I don't know.
What's our house
because
rule?
we already had one.
I feel like it wouldn't, because I feel like the shadow fragments that I had, I've absorbed them, and then that's supersized me, and now they've dispersed.
It doesn't go up any further, so I feel like, it's just excess, which is why I was like, you've taken that, but you've already got enough, but...
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, sweet. So I have transformed, and now it's your turn.
Right.
So you got some stuff. Now at the start of your turn, you get 2 health, so you heal up back to full.
That's good.
4 turns left. You got 2 red orbs, a purple, and 2 blue gems.
Now remind me.
Counter spells cost you 1 gem, 1 shadow fragment.
Everything.
Is it an orb and a gem?
Yeah.
Orb, gem, shadow fragment, and an action.
Yeah, it tells you on here. Yeah. Orb shit.
Action point plus a gem plus an orb.
Sweet.
Oh, so gem, orb, action point.
All right, 1 to move here.
3 turns left.
I'm going to buy one of these.
What orb would you like to use, red or purple?
Oh, purple.
Okay, so 1 blue gem, 1 purple. Gone.
Yes. I'm going to buy counter spells. So counter spells work slightly different to normal spells. You keep them hidden.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it. You can.
They do still take up a space in your spell book, though, don't they?
Yeah.
I can tell what she's reading by like that humming reading that she's done. I totally understand that. 2 turns left.
Right.
You've moved. You've shopped.
Do I?
You've got 2 red orbs and a blue gem left.
Ooh, it's risky going there. Oh, but it's quite good going there. Oh, but
what you got?
Something going there.
Oh. Sorry, I transformed, so I get a companion. Sorry, I skipped over that. Tell you what, you finish your turn. You've got 2 actions left, and then we'll go over that on my turn.
How many actions?
You moved, you shopped. You got 2 left.
All right, I'm gonna go here.
3 to move.
Can I buy this? I can't buy that.
You've got 2 red orbs and a blue gem.
Oh, maybe I won't go there.
Okay, so you still got 2 actions left.
I'm gonna go
3.
Here.
You got 1 action left.
And I'll re-roll.
Re-roll the 2 red orbs and a blue gem. I'm hoping all black.
That'd be really disappointing.
It was. You got a shadow fragment and 2 orbs that you can't do anything with.
Yeah, but a shadow fragment.
Okay, so before I start my turn, I'm just gonna properly finish my last turn and get a companion. So in the shop we have 3 right now. We have the Hammerhead Harvester. At the start of your turn, you may move 2 spell cards from your spellbook to the discard pile to collect a card from your current hex without paying its collection cost.
Mm-hmm.
So that's interesting. Dark Flutter. Collecting spell cards no longer costs an action point. Okay? And then Vital Shroom. Each time an enemy travels onto your hex, gain 1 HP. I'm going to take Dark Flutter.
Okay.
Collecting spell cards no longer costs an action point. And we've replaced that with the Scaled Alchemist. Each time you collect a resource card, gain 2 HP. Right, so Dark Flutter is in my spellbook.
Yes, it is.
And now I'm going to start my turn by rolling the 5 dice.
And then...
I'm starting with a Shadow Fragment, but I'll get that in a moment. Okay. Plus 1 Shadow Fragment.
Oh, the Shadow Fragments.
Okay, so we've got 3 Shadow Fragments, a Curse, an Orb, and a Gem. That's not ideal. So what we're going to do is we're going to spend one of my turns to protect, to get rid of my cursed crystal.
Done.
I'm just going to move this shadow fragment for now. I'm going to spend turn 2 to re-roll my dice. Really?
Oh, you're moving them out. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to re-roll your shadow fragment.
No. I'm going to keep those, but I want to re-roll these 2.
Yes.
I got an orb and a gem, which is pretty much the same as I just had. What turn was that for me?
That was 2.
So I've got 2 left?
Your first one...
I got protected?
Yeah, you protected and then
you I re-rolled. So I've only got 2 turns left. I really, really want another orb. I'm going to re-roll one more time. I want an orb. Here we go. Got an orb. So that was my 3rd turn. And for my 4th turn, I'm going to buy Sinister Screech with a shadow fragment and 2 orbs.
Yeah.
That gets me that. I've got 2 shadow fragments left over, which I absorb to put me up to 2. And then that is the end of my turn. You're up.
So I am +1 damage this turn.
Yes, you do. Okay, you got a curse, a couple of 3 gems, and an orb. Okay. So 4 turns. What would you like to do?
So annoying that I didn't get any. I will.
Now here's another question that we had that maybe you at home can answer for us.
Yes.
When you buy things from the board and they cost shadow fragments, can you spend the shadow fragments that you've absorbed to pay the cost of the spells on the thing? Yeah. Or do you just have to do what's rolled? And currently we're doing you just have to do what's rolled because we weren't sure if that was a way. But please let us know if what your take on that is. But yes, we just play it is what you rolled, but I like the idea of being able to spend the fragments that you have. So sorry, carry on. 4 actions plus 1 damage. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna 1, 2.
2 left.
3.
3 to buy Heat Wave with a red orb and a red gem.
Yeah.
1 turn left.
And I will
protect.
Yeah, protect.
Protect gets rid of your last action.
Yes.
That's the end of your turn. Okay. Start of my turn. I'm gonna get +1 shadow fragment for starting there. I'm gonna roll these dice. Okay, I got all of the orbs. Which is fantastic. Okay. So what am I going to do? I'm going to move for 2. 1, 2. Yep. I'm going to spend my cursed crystal for 3 to deal 4 damage to you.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And then I've got nothing but orbs. So, do I want to move? I'm going to move 1 for my last turn, as it's pretty much the only thing I can do.
Oh, okay.
Alright, you're up. Right. Oh, I had a shadow fragment that I forgot to put in for starting there.
Oh, yes.
That I'm just going to absorb. So I've now got 3.
Oh, I'm just not getting shadow fragments this turn.
That's okay. You got lots of gems.
Oh, and I can't re-roll.
All the gems and a couple of orbs. But yes, you start with 5 actions, but no re-roll.
Right. I'm going to move to here.
That's 4.
Then I'm going to spend a red gem. I'm going to do a spell. I'm going to spend 1 red gem.
Heat wave.
Yeah, heat wave. Spend 1 red gem.
Yes. You've got a red gem.
And you're keeping track that I have 5 actions.
Yes, you've now got this. Well, this is your 4th action, so you're gonna have 3 left after this.
To deal 3 damage to an enemy in range.
That's me. Yep. So I'm now down to 14. Okay. Yep.
I can't re-roll.
3 actions left.
It is super painful. when you can't re-roll and you've got a whole lot of actions
yeah.
that you can't really do anything with.
3/3.
They all cost.
I replace the one that you bought with lightning bug. What does that do?
That is spend 1 gem to deal 2 damage to an enemy in range and deal no damage if that enemy is in shadow form.
What?
So it's completely pointless. Lightning bug. Spend 1 gem. Spend 1 gem
yes.
to deal 2 damage to an enemy in range. Deal no damage if that enemy is in shadow form.
Okay, well...
This is the other thing that I had a question about, and I was talking to Stephen about it.
Yes.
That when you get up to... on your dial goes up to 5 now when it's in shadow form.
Yes.
You can use that power. Does that put you back down to your base form, or are you now just in your shadow form forever?
Yeah, I think that when you use your power, you should transform back down.
But it doesn't say that.
No, but I feel like otherwise it's a bit pointless to have the 2 forms. If you're only going to be in your base form for like, let's say, 3 turns or 2 turns or whatever.
And it would make that card
actually effective.
Useless.
I don't know. If it doesn't say in the book, we can house rule it. How do you want to do it?
I don't know.
I like the idea of if you use your power, you deflate. You know, you've filled up with shadow energy.
Yeah.
And then you've used your shadow energy, and now you've deflated back down.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Yep, let's do that.
How do you feel about that?
I feel like I need to give the instructions another read.
A 4th read. Yeah. Right, 3 actions left.
Okay, I'm gonna move here.
2 actions left.
No, I don't want to move that.
You're not going to do that. You are.
No,
I'm not.
Not.
Okay, 3 actions left.
I'm gonna move here.
2.
I'm gonna replace this one.
1. You've replaced it with...
Fatal Fronds.
Indeed.
Deal 2 damage to an enemy on your current hex. And then I will buy that one for my last one.
Okay.
With my 2 orbs, 2 red.
Bought. That is your last turn.
And I've replaced that with Luminous Glow. Turn 1 orb in your resource pool into a gem.
Okay.
The same colour.
I am +1 damage. Let's see what I got. I got 2 orbs, a shadow fragment, a gem, and a curse.
Last time I had +1 damage. I did nothing.
I've got +1 damage. So I'm going to move for 1. I'm going to attack you with my cursed. With my cursed thing. I'm going to hit you for 5.
That puts me on 9.
Now what have we got? We've got Infernal Assault. How many moves have I got left? 2. I'm going to spend 1 to move back to here. Yep. And then I'm going to buy... I'm going to buy Venomous Strike with my Shadow and my Blue Orb. By Venomous Strike, which spend a blue orb to deal 3 damage in range that cannot be reduced.
And you've replaced that with Bubble Trouble. Spend a blue orb to do 3 damage to an enemy in range.
Okay, nice. That's my 4 turns. You are up. You got all of the orbs.
Oh.
Every orb known to man. 4 turns this time.
Oh
but you do get a shadow fragment for starting in the underground volcano.
I'm going to move to here for 1.
That's 3 turns left.
Then I'm going to spend a red gem. I'm going to do a spell.
Yes.
And spend a red gem to deal 3 damage to an enemy in range.
That's me. So that puts me down to 11. That was turn 2. You've got 2 left.
Then I'm going to move here.
3.
To then do my last spell and Fatal Fronds. Deal 2 damage to an enemy on your current hex.
Alright, puts me down to 9.
Nice.
Okay.
I need some shadow.
Well, you did just get one.
Oh, I got one.
But for
I'm still
starting...
in my base form.
I know. Okay. I got lots of gems and a shadow fragment. Because, you know, some of us can roll those. Oh! Collecting spell cards no longer costs me an action point.
That's exciting.
I need to remember that for when I bought that one, I used an action. So that's okay. I'll remember that for next time. I've got... No, I won't. You know I won't. Bubble Trouble. Spend 1 blue gem to deal 3 damage to an enemy in range. Mm-hmm. Okay. I've got a blue gem, actually. But I could buy it, but I couldn't use it. Oh, spend a blue orb to deal... Okay. I'm going to move. Oh, can I have my superpower, my super form?
Oh, yes, probably.
Crikey. I've not been using my super meeple. What's up with that? Okay. 1, to move to there. 2, to, I'm going to spend a blue orb.
Yep.
Am I going to spend a blue orb?
I don't know. Are you going to spend a blue orb?
Yeah, I am. Spend a blue orb. I'm going to deal 3 damage to an enemy in range that can't be reduced. So I'm going to hit you for 3 with my venomous strike.
Is that +1?
Oh, I started on +1, so I'm actually going to hit you for 4 damage.
1, 2, 3, 4.
How much life are you on right now?
5.
When are you going to transform?
I know.
Then I am going to...
I may not.
I may not. I'm going to keep 2 of my dice, and for my next action, I'm going to re-roll.
Okay. Yeah,
what do you...
Yes, you said it now.
Okay, I've re-rolled.
I am going to... Oh, I've just realised this is a terrible card. But I will use it. How many turns you got left? 1 turn.
1 turn left.
I'm going to turn one of them into a cursed crystal. Reveal this card when an enemy re-rolls. It's called Worst Curse.
Okay.
Reveal this card when an enemy re-rolls. Their resource dies and turn a gem, orb, or shadow fragment into a cursed crystal.
Okay. Well, I'm going to then spend my last turn to win the game. I'm going to spend a cursed crystal to use Sinister Screech to deal 4 damage to you, +1.
5.
And destroy.
Well, that was a very quick game. Didn't even get into my main form.
Wow.
I just didn't roll shadow fragments.
I'm just going to wait here patiently. I'm just
going to
regale the people at home with my victories. So that was Casting Shadows. I think, I don't mind playing it 2-player. 2-player's cool, but I do think it's the sort of game, the more the merrier. Oh. You know, 2-player's good fun.
But, before I present you with that, I've heard a little bit about this game. You know, I've done a bit of reading up on stuff on it.
Yeah.
Because it's up to 6 players, one thing it doesn't take into account is if you had the 6th player.
Yes.
5 people have a chance to go around and could have all attacked you. So there's no defense.
No balance there.
Yeah, there isn't a balance there. So if you're playing with 6, even though it's a bigger board, so the board's extended, so you do have to move a bit more, there's a chance if everyone just attacks the 6th player, they might never get a turn.
Yeah, I can see that.
I died in my original form, I just never had a chance. You
had multiple chances. You just rolled really poorly.
I just did roll really poorly, and it's because of this one as well. Like that chat, I could have re-rolled more. Anyway.
Oh yeah, there's always the blame for all the stuff. Yeah.
But yes, I think that's the only.
I can see that where apart from the first round where everyone's sort of collecting stuff.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily even the 6th player. It's once you've had your turn. Yeah. If everybody else just decides, well, you're done. Yeah, you very much are in a bit of trouble. I can see that.
But I do like this game. It's so the last Unstable games we played, you can go back and have a look.
Here to Slay.
Here to Slay is an even shorter game than this one.
I'm fairly sure that Here to Slay video, did it last 2 rounds?
I think you had 2 turns, I think you had 1 or something like that. Because of the way it was played, the way the game played, we never attacked the enemies. You had to think,
You got to collect stuff.
Yeah. So anyway,
Thank you.
I should let him glean it because he doesn't get this very often.
Exactly. Let me enjoy it. Let me enjoy it. So yes, that was Casting Shadows. It is a good time. Usually
you never got to see the regenerator.
That's true. Usually it's a better time when you play against someone that plays better. But
excuse me, but last time we played, I beat you.
Oh no, she dominated me. Yeah. It wasn't even close. Yeah. But yes,
all in the dice rolls.
That was Casting Shadows. Thank you for checking it out. Please check out the other channel. Subscribe to the channel. Watch the other videos.
Yeah.
Watch the anniversary live stream that we did.
Yeah.
Follow us on social media. Send us an email to weareboardathome@gmail.com. Yes. Like just do some stuff. You know how the internet works. Yeah. Do some things.
And we'll catch you next time.
Yeah. So yeah.
Bye.